Caste has been defined as, according to C.H. Cooley, when a caste is somewhat strictly hereditary, we may call it a caste. According to G.S. Gurria, caste is a segmental division of society having a hierarchy of groups professing a fixed occupation, having allied and religious disabilities and privileges with restrictions on marriage, feeding, and social intercourse. It is an endogamous group determined by birth. So, Gure clearly says that caste is a segmental division of society. The society is divided into different segments, having a hierarchy of group professing a fixed occupation, where the occupations are fixed from top to bottom. Having allied and religious disabilities, there are some allied and religious disabilities. One particular caste can perform certain functions, the other caste cannot perform it, with restrictions on marriage, feeding, and social intercourse. And there are certain restrictions on marriages, on eating habits, and social, how a person will interact, who is allowed to interact and who is debarred from interacting with certain type of persons. It is an endogamous group determined by birth, a closed group which is determined by birth, where a person will do whatever is to be done as per the caste. According to Madan and Majumdar, a caste is a closed group. The caste system has the following characteristics. Number 1, caste is innate and by birth. Every member of Hindu society is not only born into a family but also into a caste. One cannot change one's caste till he lives. Number 2, caste is rigid and immovable. The caste system is rigid as far as its outlook is concerned. It is also the basis of social stratification, and the caste system itself becomes the basis of social stratification. Hence, the mobility up and down the status ladder, at least ideally, may not occur. No, a lower caste person cannot become a higher caste person, a higher caste person cannot become a lower caste person. Wherever they are in the status level, they will remain over there as per the caste. Then caste is hierarchical social structure. The Hindu society has a hierarchical structure, a scheme of social procedure, according to which Brahmin are the apex at the top, followed by the Kshatriyas, then the Vaishyas, and the Shudras. As the result of this hierarchy order of society, those who are outside these 4 segments, they are called as untouchables. The scheme ensures social and religious privileges according to caste, and under this caste system, every caste has certain privileges attached to its caste, and they are fixed. Caste is endogamous. Hindu society enjoins its members to marry within their caste. No inter-caste marriage is allowed in Hindu society. Next, the occupation of caste are fixed. The occupation of the caste are fixed. The person belonging to a particular to a particular caste will perform the occupation which is meant for that caste. A Brahmin will perform the duties of a priest or a learned person, or he will teach. A Kshatriya is entrusted to protect the country. A Vaishya is entrusted to do trade and agriculture, and the Shudras are there to perform all other works and to serve the upper three castes. The decision looks more like ideal if in course of time this occupation rigidity has undergone changes. Now in the modern phases it is not so strictly followed. These are restricted laws concerning food and drinks. The Hindu society prohibits some castes from eating non-vegetarian food, such as the Brahmins. They are advised and ordered and entrusted to eat only vegetarian foods. The Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas are prohibited from eating beef, and the Shudras are free. They have no restrictions. Whatever they want to eat, they can eat. Every caste centers its panchayats to resolve the disputes, crimes and evils. Panchayat is said to be a powerful body which can impose fine or excommunication on its members depending on the nature of offence. It conducts inquisition and function as a court too. Each caste has predetermined code of conduct for their members. Every caste has its own panchayats, and those panchayats are free to take any decision. They are free to impose fines and other sentences except the death sentence. Then each caste is dependent on other caste at the village level. So there is a interdependence of one caste on the other caste at the village level. Then each caste has its culture that is autonomous to some extent. Every caste has its own culture. It is clearly mentioned that the higher caste will wear fine clothes and gold ornaments, while the lower caste will wear coarse material and silver ornaments, and many other things. There are separate rituals, privileges and disabilities to different castes. Brahmin, Kshatriyas and Vaishya only have the right to perform ceremonies like the Upaniyan ceremony and like the Upaniyan ceremony. They are allowed to visit the temples and to get education in schools. The Shudras are prohibited to enter the temples and to send their children to the schools. Brahmin are not allowed to touch the Shudra, and if by chance a Brahmin touches the Shudra, he has to get himself purified after performing certain rites. Caste system is a segmental organization. Caste system involves subdivision within themselves. That is, castes almost always have subcastes, and sometimes subcastes may also have sub-subcastes. This is referred to as segmental organization.